time? Very informal here, you know. Our next comedian is so funny, but you got to be patient with him. Please welcome Dr. Danny Broad.
My name is Danny Broad. I'm in my 15th year as an anesthesiologist here in Princeton, New Jersey. I became an anesthesiologist so I wouldn't have to talk to anybody. What the hell am I doing up here with a microphone? Somebody asked me if I was nervous about coming up here and telling jokes in front of so many people. The truth is, I'm having nitrous oxide pumped into the room as I speak. So no matter how bad I suck, I should still get a few laughs. I also put roofies in all your drinks. So you probably won't remember any of this in the morning. So you might feel somewhat violated. As an anesthesiologist, I have access to a lot of very powerful narcotics. But I'm proud to say I don't do drugs on weekdays. Before noon. I had a patient come in recently, an older woman, and as I wheeled her into the operating room, she snidely said, "I hear people die all the time from anesthesia. You're not going to kill me, are you?" I said, "No. If you die, I'm going to have to fill out a ton of paperwork." Before she left the hospital, she filled out a patient satisfaction survey. She wrote, "Anesthesiologists cared more about paperwork than me." So I wrote her a letter. I said, "Next time you come in, I'll opt for the paperwork." 40-year-old woman came in for surgery with a Maybelline eyeline pen in her bladder. Apparently, her husband thought it would be a good idea to push it through her urethra into her bladder. Now, I don't know about the rest of you guys out there, but my wife gets pretty upset when I forget to take out the trash. This was the first time I had seen a foreign object in someone's bladder. So over the years, I have things shoved somewhere else. And without being too graphic, I'll say where the sun doesn't shine. As a medical student, when I did my rotations through the emergency room, they didn't let me do very much until one of these up-the-butt cases came in. Then I would hear, "Hey Danny, why don't you put on a pair of gloves?" I grew up in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. I was raised Jewish in a mostly Catholic neighborhood. I guess you could say I'm a pretty typical Jewish guy. Big brain, small penis. Pretty big bank account, pretty small penis. A long list of Jewish women my mother tried to fix me up with. A long list of Jewish women my small penis wanted nothing to do with. My wife and I have been married for 3.5 years. I won't say she's a bad cook, because she's sitting here. But it has helped me keep my weight down. Our son turned 2 on New Year's Day. It used to be very cute when he would run up to me and yell, "Daddy." Lately, he's become a bit of a smartass. He runs up to me and he yells, "Daddy," and then under his breath he mutters, "DNA pending." I started going bald in my 20s. One of the worst things about losing your hair is people find it necessary to remind you you're losing your hair. I was recently changing in his locker room, and one of the older surgeons said, "Hey Danny, did you know you're going bald?" I said, "I am? I didn't know. My crappy house didn't come with any mirrors." Someone else mentioned it to me, and I told them, "I'm not going bald. I just really like donuts." So I asked the barber to give me a haircut with a hole in the middle. Anyone here on a diet? On New Year's Eve, I had some sort of gastrointestinal virus. I lost between 8 and 10 pounds. It was quite a coincidence because my New Year's resolution was to lose between 8 and 10 pounds. It was good and bad. It was good because I had achieved my New Year's resolution. It was bad because I had no other goals for the year. I don't have to wait until 2012 to accomplish anything. On a recent flight to Dallas, I sat down by the window and a very large woman sat down next to me. The stewardess came over and asked her if she wanted a seatbelt extender. I thought this was kind of rude, being that she obviously didn't need it. She was wedged in so tight between her seat and the seat in front of her, that no matter how much turbulence we hit, she wasn't going anywhere. It's a good thing I didn't need to use the restroom. I would have needed some Vaseline and a crowbar to get out. At my hospital, we do bariatric surgery. A 640-pound man came in for pre-admission testing. The nurse brought him into an exam room, asked him his height, and told him to get onto the scale. He got on the scale and quickly hopped off. He said, "Wait, let me take off my shoes." How do people feel about the Obama healthcare plan? Apparently, the government no longer wants to pay for screening colonoscopies. What are we supposed to do? Look up each other's asses? Hey, Joe, grab a garden hose and come on over. It's time for my annual colonoscopy. The government is also pushing generic drugs. I recently tried generic lipitor. My breasts grew larger and my ankles swelled. I guess Roberto's Pharmaceuticals in Chimichanga, Mexico doesn't have the tight quality control like Pfizer. And finally, as a medical resident in my late 20s, I didn't earn very much. I was complaining about my finances to a 92-year-old patient. He pulled me close. He said, "Son, best things in life are free. It's only the movie and dinner beforehand that are expensive."
And keep it going for Joe Hilton.